In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to construct a histogram in SPSS. To illustrate this, I'm going to use the per capita beer consumption example that we discussed in class, where we have data on 49 countries throughout the world's per capita beer consumption. So to begin, let's go to Graphs, Legacy Dialogs, and we'll choose Histogram. We will choose, for us, the consumption per capita variable and click OK. But if you wanted to change any titles, you can go up here to the title dialog and mess around with that. So what results here is a frequency histogram. So remember that these are frequencies and not relative frequencies, and it's going to give it a default variable label. If you wanted to change this variable label, because everything kind of runs together, if you have two words or more in a label in SPSS, because of naming defaults, what you can do is double click on that plot. It'll open up this editor window, and then just go click on that axis label and then click again, and we could then just call it consumption in liters. Okay. Notice an interesting thing that SPSS does for us is calculate the mean, the standard deviation, and tabulate how many observations were in our sample for this histogram. So that's kind of a nice feature of SPSS. It gives us more information than we've actually asked for, though maybe it's distracting for some people, so you could probably go through and delete that. So that's how you construct a histogram, but there may be times where you want to adjust the bin widths here. So we need to talk about how to do that. In order to do that, we need to click within the plot itself, and it'll highlight the bars of the histogram, and then we can go to show data labels here, and this will bring up an option box, and we can go into binning, and then we could customize this. Let's say instead of an interval width of, I think it defaulted to 30, we could give it an interval width of maybe 15, so it's half the width, and then we can press apply. You'll see the histogram has been updated, but the x-axis values have not. So if we go click on select the x-axis and then change the major increment to 15 and click apply, then everything will align as expected. So it's a two-step process. You have to first adjust the bins and then the labels, but we can get there. And that's how we'll deal with histograms in SPSS.